Now, earlier we heard about the new quarantine rules coming in. Almost all international travellers arriving in Scotland now have to stay in hotels for 10 days at their own expense.
It means hopping on a flight to see loved ones is all but out of the question. The Nine's India Grant's been hearing from some of those grounded by the new rules.
The daily flight from Bergen in Norway landing at Aberdeen Airport this morning. The route mainly services the oil and gas industry, and only 3 people were on the plane. This bus was waiting outside the terminal to transport anyone who needed to quarantine to a hotel. Only 2 international flights arrive into Aberdeen today, both from Norway and both mainly for oil and gas workers. Airport management say they expect little impact from the new quarantine rules. With a few exceptions, oil and gas workers do not have to quarantine.
I think they will be appropriate if they will take these kind of cases like mine into consideration.
At her home in Aberdeen, Inma, who's from Spain, says the new rules will mean she can't go and see her family and support her dad, who recently had surgery.
I think I find this policy especially cruel on people that are in my situation, that have family problems or whatever, and because people that have the money to go for a holiday can go there and can take 15 days outside of here and just kind of like pay for it. And me, that I have a family necessity and I cannot go because I cannot afford it.
Scots abroad are similarly caught up. I spoke to Jane from Dunbar. She has a young baby who most of her family is yet to see.
I also come from a town that's very close to the border, so I could technically fly into Newcastle, do the quarantine, and then in an hour's time be in my hometown. Myself, I personally wouldn't do it, but it makes no sense to me that on one island you would have one law in England and a different one in Scotland, where there's no border control between the 2 countries.
Craig is from Bute and works in the oil industry in Qatar. For him, flying would mean a costly hotel stay at both destinations.
They designated 6 hotels for British, South African, Dutch and Danish passengers coming back in, and that was because of the risk of this mutated strain that's come through. So they've done that, and it's all self-financed. If you choose to go out, then you have to pay for it on the way back.
Researchers pinpointed international travel as one of the main reasons COVID was able to spread again in Scotland during last summer. With travel restrictions staying put, a place in the sun is a distant dream. India Grant, BBC News.